On July 4th, Shiloh Jolie, daughter of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, was seen celebrating the holiday in Los Angeles, but not alone. The 19-year-old was spotted walking casually through the city with 20-year-old dancer Keoni Rose. What began as a quiet, low-key holiday outing turned into a wave of speculation the moment the images hit the press. This marks the third time in 2 months that Shiloh and Keoni have been seen together. The first was during Shiloh's 19th birthday. The second came just after her legal filing to drop Pitt from her surname. Now, this July 4th sighting, just the two of them casually walking after what appears to be a dance session and a dessert run, has fueled ongoing rumors about a growing personal bond. Shiloh wore relaxed streetwear, hoodie, sneakers, loose pants, styled in the comfortable, no attention needed way she's become known for. Keoni, also dressed simply in casual, coordinated clothing, walked beside her, sharing brief laughs and subtle, easy gestures of familiarity. Neither looked guarded or rushed. If anything, the vibe between them read quiet and comfortable, like two people used to being around each other without the need for explanation. This isn't about catching a celebrity doing something controversial. What makes this moment headline-worthy is consistency. This was their third public appearance together, and not in any red carpet capacity, just walking, just existing. The pattern, they're always coming from or going to Millennium Dance Complex, a top studio in LA where both train. They leave together, walk together, eat together, and it's never staged. No security guards, no glam teams, no distractions, just two young dancers who seem increasingly inseparable, whether it's friendship, mentorship, or something more. There's no denying the public interest building around this quiet pairing. To understand why this is such a big moment, it's important to rewind. Shiloh has grown up surrounded by fame, paparazzi, and a public narrative not entirely her own. As the biological daughter of two of Hollywood's most recognizable names, her life was never anonymous. Her earliest baby photos were sold for millions. Her childhood fashion choices became internet debates. Her walk, posture, and appearance were all dissected before she hit puberty. But over the last few years, Shiloh has pulled back. She's avoided interviews, she's skipped red carpets, she's stayed away from Instagram and TikTok, and chosen instead to spend her time doing something quietly powerful, dancing. That love for movement, rhythm, and performance has become her identity outside of being Angelina and Brad's daughter, and that's where Keoni Rose enters the picture. Who is Keoni Rose? Keoni Rose is not a household name, not yet, but in the LA dance scene, she's increasingly familiar. A young dancer reportedly working with talent teams in Los Angeles, Keoni has performed in studio showcases and sessions at Millennium Dance Complex, the same place Shiloh trains. That's likely where the two met. Keoni is not an influencer, not a content creator. She doesn't appear to chase fame. In fact, her online presence is minimal, but within the dance community, Keoni is respected for her clean form and professional consistency, and in the past few months, her name has appeared in headlines solely due to her connection with Shiloh, first at a birthday celebration, then leaving class together, and now walking through the city on a major American holiday. The timing raises questions. This isn't just a teenage friendship in the background of celebrity culture. The timeline matters. Shiloh officially dropped the Pitt surname in 2023, filing legal documents on or shortly after her 18th birthday. The decision, though personal, was public. Her identity, now officially Shiloh Jolie, drew headlines not because of rebellion, but because of what it represented: self-direction. That shift marked a turning point. Since then, she's been more visible, not through paparazzi setups or public relations campaigns, but through unscripted moments, walking, dancing, laughing, and each time she's seen in public, Keoni is there. That's why this July 4th outing matters. Not for the outfit, not for the snack, but because of how consistent, natural, and undeniably frequent Keoni's presence has become. As expected, neither Angelina Jolie nor Brad Pitt has commented on Keoni. That's in line with how both parents handle their children's private lives. Angelina, in particular, has long shielded her kids from media intrusion, only breaking that silence for activism, legal rights, or abuse-related public matters. But insiders close to the Jolie camp have said Shiloh's growing independence is entirely intentional and supported. She's not breaking away from her family, she's stepping out as her own person. And in this current chapter, it seems that includes who she spends her downtime with and who walks next to her in and out of the studio. Unlike other celebrity children, Shiloh has not sought the limelight. She's not monetizing her identity, launching a brand, or trying to get verified. She's rarely seen outside dance spaces. She doesn't post updates, doesn't chase red carpets, which is why the attention around her is so intense when it does surface, because it's rare and because when we do see her, there's nothing artificial about it. This sighting on a holiday in daylight with a clear sense of comfort and joy isn't a PR move. It's a moment in a life that usually stays behind closed doors. What we know is limited, but what we're seeing is consistent. Shiloh Jolie is not hiding, not anymore. And in this moment, walking down a sunny LA street with Keoni Rose, there's a message spoken without words. She's grown, she's independent, she's choosing her people, and whoever Keoni Rose is to her, friend or more, that presence is a recurring one. And in a world where most Hollywood pairings are staged, this one, subtle, quiet, unrehearsed, feels different. This isn't a one-time walk caught by random photographers. Over the last 60 days, a pattern has formed. Shiloh Jolie and Keoni Rose show up at the same places, leave together, and spend visible off time in each other's company. It's never glamorized, never time for cameras. That makes it more interesting. The absence of performance creates even more attention. In a media landscape where every photo is curated and sponsored, this pairing isn't selling anything. It's just there. That's exactly why it's turning heads. Sources close to the dance community have confirmed that Shiloh and Keoni continue to train together multiple times a week. Some speculate they're collaborating on choreo for future showcases. Others believe the connection has become personal beyond the studio. Either way, they're building something consistent and it's becoming visible. Shiloh dropping the Pitt name was more than legal documentation. It symbolized a break from the family battle that played out in public over the last few years. Her decision aligned with similar steps taken by siblings Vivienne and Zahara, both of whom have shown public support for their mother. But while Vivienne has moved toward theater and Zahara toward academic life, Shiloh's path has remained centered in movement, dance, expression, and now perhaps this bond with Keoni. That's what makes this July 4th sighting more than a photo op. It's a signal, one that says she's not hiding and she's not alone. Shiloh hasn't granted interviews, she hasn't posted dance videos online, she hasn't tried to spin her image for brand deals or online followings, and yet the public can't stop watching. That's the difference between fame and exposure. One is built, the other is simply observed. Her relationship with Keoni, whether close friendship or something deeper, doesn't fit into any Hollywood template. It's not promotional, it's not flashy, it's not being monetized. That's precisely what makes it so compelling. It feels real, and that, in today's culture, is rare. Dance is rooted in timing, control, and discipline. But what's happening outside the studio between these two appears unscripted, comfortable, familiar. They're not rushing, not shielding themselves, not looking around to avoid cameras. They're just walking, talking, and occasionally laughing, like two people who know exactly what kind of presence the other brings. Insiders say Shiloh has developed a strong creative bond with Keoni, both in terms of movement and routine building. That bond now looks like it may extend beyond studio hours and into shared time on holidays, days off, and quiet moments in public. As media outlets continue dissecting Shiloh's every public appearance, what's becoming clear is that the narrative is shifting. She's no longer Jolie Pitt's daughter. She's Shiloh, independent, private, focused, and not afraid to be seen walking next to someone who clearly matters to her. Keoni may not speak in interviews, she may never confirm what they are to each other, but their physical presence, side by side, multiple times without spectacle, is saying enough. Shiloh is building her circle on her own terms. In the last shots taken that day, Shiloh and Keoni are seen crossing the street, arms swinging naturally, immersed in conversation. No phones out, no distractions, just the two of them navigating the city without any attempt to shield who they are or what their connection might be. In Hollywood, that level of comfort in public is rare, especially for someone who spent most of her life being watched. But Shiloh doesn't seem worried about perception anymore. She's walking her own path, and she's doing it with company. Comment your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity news.